Hello everybody, Bubblezest here and welcome back to HOI4. In today's video we're going to be playing as the Soviet Union, attempting to answer the question of what's the point of the foreign concessions. So let's get started. First things first, research slots. It's standard electronics, industry and so on. For our civs, it's just going to be mill spam. For actual mills and dockyards it's going to be weapons and convoy spam. For the army, let's gather it up and break it up into some equal stacks. Break off the NKVD units, I'm just going to leave them in the back line, grab the cavalry and 2 infantry, there we go, and then we just split them off. Something like this will do for now. There we go, full army group, and we're going to park it on the Polish border. For the Air Force, we're also just going to gather it up and also exercise it. It's always good to have an intelligence agency, so let's create one. And that is pretty much all of our prep out the way. We're not going to be doing the focus from the start, so all that's left to do now is to go up to speed 5. And begin. As you probably figured out, we're going to be justifying on Poland, and now that we have 50 political power, let's do so. As soon as we have 10 political power, we'll start our focuses. There we go, now it's time for the path of Marxism-Leninism. Since we're staying with communism, we're going to have to choose which opposition we're going to go with, and today, it's going to be the right opposition. We're not going to be cheesing the Civil War today, so we're going to need some military support next. Next up, it's time to choose where our top secret headquarters are going to be, and today, it's Archangelisk. For the states we want to control, we're going to cut off Murmansk and go for states like Onolet, Volgodir, and these 3 around us. Any other states that we go for will just be bonuses. Normally, Onolet rises up with us regardless of what we do, but I'd rather get them safely than have any chance of Stalin securing their loyalty, you know? And with 20 paranoia, let's kick it right back down to 0, and then kick it up to 10 again. It's always these delicate balances. Well, that's annoying, Stalin managed to get this state. Oh well, not much we can do about that now. Right, these military support decisions are some of the most important decisions, as they're basically the way we're going to get the army on board with us. So every time we increase army support, we get 10% support. The main problem with this is there's a real chance we'll go all the way up to 70% paranoia. But I'm feeling lucky, let's do one. 20%, pretty good. Anyway, now let's reverse the collectivization process. Really get that paranoia and support going. Sorry Admiral, you have to go. Hey, with that we have just enough paranoia to get a general on board, why not? And there's the Spanish Civil War. We could help them, but I'm not going to do that today. Do so if you want. Anyway, now it's time for concessions to foreign powers. This is why I chose the right opposition. They have the most foreign concessions out of any Soviet alt tree. I mean, this is a useful event, but we're only being kicked down 5% paranoia. We're kind of in a pretty precarious situation right now. But anyway, who did Stalin turn into a cow this time? No one really useful, but hey, at least they can defect to us during the Civil War. Oh, that's lucky. The Design Bureau got dissolved, and we get negative 50 paranoia. We were so close to him starting the Civil War early. Hey, I almost forgot as well, Persian General also gives us some support from the army, and now we're up to 34%. Pretty good, considering it's up to 5% support you can get from that. Let's get some policy changes. Anyway, these are all the concessions. We're going to be doing all of them when we have the political power and paranoia spared. The unique ones that come with the right opposition are the Ukrainian uprising and independent Belarus. This is also why I had to choose Archangelisk as my base. As you can see here, doing it gives us some military factories there. Because our political power went into negative, our justification on Poland is going to be a bit late. Oh well, doesn't really matter. We need more political power, so let's get some support from the party. Just as Stalin purges some of the oldest party members. Anyway, our paranoia is quite good right now, so let's go for independent Belarus and Ukraine. Good. Let's see if we can get more lucky as well. Baku for oil rights. Good, only 5. Zakhaev for arms. And finally, Vladivostok. You know what, I'm going to be safe on that one. I'll wait. But hey, at least we're getting our support. That's pretty good. That's one of the main problems of all of these concessions. You run paranoia so high, you run the risk of getting everyone purged or just starting the Civil War too soon. Sorry Poland, time to go. They shouldn't be able to stop us for very long. Their units are strong-ish, but there's only 40 odd of them. As soon as we get a breakout, we'll pretty much just be able to encircle and destroy them. Even assign the Air Force over, and had spies in Poland. Sorry Krill, but I guess it's your time to go. They gave us a few extra % support, so let's do Vladivostok. So who else has Stalin turned into a cow? Also no one else special, but hey, more potential generals. That's good. And Japan will support us again. Nice, all of our concessions will work. Going for a big encirclement on Poland right now. Might be able to pull it off. Yes, come on, close it. No reinforcements. Already got one encirclement. Can we encircle the rest of it? Yes, we can. Look at that. That is a huge encirclement. And in other news, we got some factories. Nice, we now have some of the party members on side. Most importantly, this actually includes the elusive gentleman. Alright, dissent in the party is next up. And there goes Poland. We're only going to take the states from Wilno to Stanislaw. We're actually going to leave Poland independent today. And there we go. Alright, now let's withdraw and wait. This event should be useful as it gives us up to 5% extra support. But it gave 0. I'm fairly certain this event is bugged. I've never seen it give a single % of army support. Nice, we got lucky on a recruit and a general. Only 5 paranoia. Really, I'm just waiting for it to be low enough to afford army support again. Oh, satisfactory production reports are back. That should be enough. You know what, I'm going to take the chance. Nice, we only got it for 10. So who's decided to join the Bukharin Club? Oh, Popov. Nice, if I'd known that, I would have grinded him out. But oh well, not much I can do about that now. And with that, we're at 47% support from the army. I think we're ready. So even if Stalin started the Civil War, I think we'd be okay. Oh dear, there goes Karl Reddick. I really hate how Stalin getting a general to his cause decreases our support from the army, but us doing the same version of that doesn't give us support from the army. Either make it the same or don't have it at all, Paradox. Alright, should I go for a sway of the railway workers or just go for it? Let's take the chance, let's just go for it. We should be fine. Sure, the extra railway and supply hub is nice, but I don't think it'll be that important. It's time. And like I said, I will not be sabotaging the Soviet army or anything in any way. The army we have is the army we'll start with. So let's move it into position. I know it's going to take attrition, but attrition is kind of inevitable in this part of the world. That's ironic. We got Konstantin Rokossovsky to join us now. Nice, we're going to have a good share of the generals. Hiya Goda, hey Yezov. You're a bit late, but maybe he'll be able to prevent the Civil War. Probably not. And just in time, actually, the British factories in Archangelisk are finished. And so is the Ukrainian militia. I think if we started the Civil War before they were ready, they'd still appear. It's just better if we waited. Alright, it's time. And the people can rally behind Rykov. Alright, immediately we're going to do cohesion first and the mode plan. And this is what we start with. Pretty good. Let's see what the generals we have. Not bad. Alright, Rokossovsky and Valentin, there's your job. And we get 46 extra divisions. Wow, that's pretty big. So let's have our front line something like this and head down. Stalin probably has a few more units than us, but he can't stop us for too long. Let's even send our spies over to him. And begin to break his cipher. Let's just go. I think we've got a pretty good shot of getting rid of him. Oh, and immediately the Ukrainian revolt starts, which will be helpful. Oh, hey, let's also make Blucher a logistics wizard and an offensive wizard. If you don't know, some generals like him and Vasily Chukov are guaranteed to join you. That's why they're here. But annoyingly, some of the ones who were meant to join us aren't here. Although we do get this Japanese general, Joe, which is not bad, but he will go away as soon as the Civil War is over, so it's not really worth using him. Anyway, let's get started. Main thing as usual for the Soviet Civil War, snipe victory points, get defections, see how well we can do. And of course, encirclements and destroyments. Normally I'd complain about the Barrier Boys, but it's not just the Barrier Boys who are nuisances today, it's the entire Red Army. Good thing it's no longer in winter either, the ground's actually not frozen. And nice, first little encirclement. Let's march on Moscow, I think, and Yaroslav. Another partisan encircled. Let's try and rescue them. And nice, we actually managed to make it into Moscow. I didn't expect that. At least we got that supply hub. Our current equipment stockpiles aren't good, but oh well. What's happened has happened. We could always do Lend-Lease if we were totally desperate. I probably could have shortened this front line just to be around here instead of going over the Urals. In fact, let's do that. I don't think we need to be that far away. Most of the major victory points are in the west anyway. I'm going to try and rush down to Stalingrad and Baku. Baku especially, since, you know, oil. That Soviet mountaineer thought it was being clever, but I just encircled it. And Stalingrad is free? Surprised to say that. But I'll take it. Oh hey, we actually managed to cut off parts of the Soviet Union with Ukraine. Let's help them close that pocket. Oh no, it just rebroke. Oh well. We would still remake it. Finally, some desertions. Nice. And yeah, Stalin is pushing from Arkhangelsk, but he really can't stop us in time. He only has 74 divisions. There's nothing he can do. Ukraine and us are basically tag teaming him. There's no real focus we need to do at this point, so I'm going to do all the way over here the Comintern. Which is ironic, because you know, Comintern doesn't even exist anymore. Come on, close that little pocket. Nice. Stalin only has 5% to go, so probably when we take Baku or something. And finally, some oil. Although we did give up the resource rights to Germany. And there he goes. 119 states, 11,000 guns, some trains, and some other stuff. Not bad. But now here's where the fun begins. You see all of this? Now you don't. There goes Belarus, Vladivostok, Sakhalin, and so on. Ooh, we have a little exclave here. Let's give that to Lithuania then. There we go, cleaned up that little border. This is why we invaded Poland, by the way. Otherwise, Ukraine and Belarus would only hold what the Soviets held from the start, so things like Wolin and Stanislav would not be a part of them. They'd look a bit weird, so I decided to do this to have slightly cleaner borders. Kind of a shame we didn't get any defector events from the generals, but like I said, we didn't really have anyone big anyway. So let's take stock of what we have. We have 68 divisions, an okay amount of stockpile, we could definitely rebuild that. How much of that is foreign equipment? Not much, although I'm assuming we're using some of that foreign equipment. Not really, I'm finding more Polish equipment than I am German, British or Japanese. Although I am seeing small amounts of Japanese artillery. We do have 125 fighter ones from Japan, that's alright I suppose. But all in all, I'm not really seeing a massive benefit to all of this. We sold out quite a lot for very, very little. Like, okay, if we tried, we could probably get Ukraine and Belarus back. The way to do that would just be to boost them to communists and then invade them. Otherwise, they would just get guaranteed, because you know, they're democratic. So to go back to the original question of what's the point of these foreign concessions, honestly, I don't see the point. The main thing that made us win the Soviet Civil War today was doing all of those military support decisions. We had like nearly 50% support from that, and obviously some of the other decisions we had. Those were the deciding factor in the conflict. These extra concessions were honestly completely pointless. And you know what? I am actually surprised. I finally found something in HOI4 that the coup is better than. No, seriously, I think the Soviet coup is better than these. Because at least with the Soviet coup, you don't give up Ukraine, Belarus, and everything else. The worst bit about all of this is definitely the resource rights. Like down here in Baku, Germany now has the resource rights down there. There's currently a glitch right now of that as well. Believe it or not, even if Germany goes to war with you, Germany will always have those resource rights. Paradox does know of this bug and hasn't fixed it. That's really annoying. So basically, Germany has your fuel forever, which is quite a bit of a pain considering, you know, there's 118 units here. So how would I improve these foreign concessions? Well, I'm not really too sure about that one, because it's kind of hard to give a bonus for this, in a way. I guess the thing I probably want as a concession maybe is maybe like some attack bonuses, some extra orgs, some permanent extra generals. That Japanese general we had was nice, but he's long gone. All we have left is the stock guys. So maybe if we had some permanent attack buffs or something, some Spirit of the Academy that gave us good generals or something, that'd be worth it, but I don't know. Hey everyone, Bubbles here in post. Before I forget, I have thought of a way to improve the concessions, which would be to add a new focus or two that gives you decisions to reverse them, such as demanding Ukraine and Belarus rejoin you, removing resource rights, and border conflicts to seize back Vladivostok and Sakhalin. This would come with other downsides such as negative opinion modifiers, trade embargoes, and potentially other countries declaring on you. At least with these, the player would have control on whether or not the concessions stay around. Right now they are just basically permanent with no way to undo them outside of a world war. I do admit it'd probably be quite hard to balance a concession that is good, but also isn't game breaking. But again, the main problem is, you could easily win the Civil War without them. Honestly, just cheese the Civil War, do the coup, or do the Civil War fairly like I did, just without these concessions. So, until next time everybody, this has been me, Bubbles Zest, playing as the Soviet Union, doing the Soviet foreign concessions. I thank you for watching, I do hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any suggestions in the comments below for future video ideas, I'm always looking for them. However, until we meet again, goodbye.